السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Read and learn lesson 5. Text ديال اليوم غادي يدوي لنا على شخصية بابلو بيكاسو. Pablo Picasso drew pictures before he could talk. As a child, he sat happily with his paper and pencils and drew for hours. His father was a painter. He was very happy that his son liked to draw, but he didn't know that one day would be one of the greatest artists of the 20th century. Pablo Picasso was born in 1881 in Malaga, Spain. He was a very bad student and he hated school. Instead of studying, he drew pictures. When he was only 8 years old, he finished his first oil painting. It had beautiful colors. Picasso never sold this painting. When Pablo was 14, his family moved to Barcelona. He wanted to go to the School of Fine Arts. To get into the school, a student had to finish a painting in 1 month. Picasso finished his painting in 1 day. When he was 18, Picasso went to live in Paris. He was very poor at first. He lived in a small room and worked with only the light of a candle. Sometimes he didn't even have money for a candle. But Pablo Picasso had a strong personality, وهادشي اللي بغيتكم أنا إن شاء الله أنكم تتعلموه هو هاد. Sometimes he didn't even have money for a candle. ما كانش عنده حتى المال ديك الشمعة باش يرسم عليها. But Pablo Picasso had a strong personality. He believed in himself. يعني هادشي اللي بغيتكم أنا ديرو في هاد الظرفية الحرجة اللي دوينا عليها هي أنك to believe in yourself وما يهمكش قاع هاد الظروف وهاد المشاكل إلى آخره باش توصل إن شاء الله. He created one piece of art after another. يعني ما استسلمش. He met important people and they began to buy his work. Eventually, Picasso became rich and famous. Picasso was strange in many ways. For example, for a long time he didn't want a telephone. Then one day his son almost died because he couldn't call for help. Picasso was also strange because he didn't throw anything away, not even an empty cigarette package. He liked to be alone, so he locked his studio. No one could get in. Picasso loved animals. He had a monkey, a goat, snakes, and many dogs. He was married twice, and he was not very close to his family and friends. His work was more important to him than people were. Picasso lived a long and full life. He never stopped working. خاص تكون full stop هنايا capital letter. He never stopped working. He painted 200 pictures the year he was 90. He was still working on the day he died at the age of 91. Picasso left the world the genius of his art. A wonderful text. Okay, now with vocabulary. Write the correct words in the blanks. As usual, اللي جاوب على شي حاجة يخليها لي في كومنتار. We have draw, candle, created, century, eventually, lock, and studio. Number 1. You should. Your door at night. It's important to be safe. At first, Pablo Picasso was not famous. After a lot of work, he became so. Number 3. Picasso was born in 1881. During the 19th, and you finish. Number 4. An artist works in a. 5. Picasso was poor. He didn't have a lamp. He had to work by the light of. 6. Picasso worked hard and many paintings. He finished more than 200 paintings the year he was 90. Now with understanding the reading. Circle the correct answer. Picasso created many stories, studios, or paintings. Picasso always moved, worked, lived alone. Number 3. Picasso was famous when he was young, during his lifetime, because of one painting. Remembering details. Reread the passage if necessary and answer the questions. What was Picasso's father's profession? Job. What country was Picasso from? How old was Picasso when he finished his first painting? Where did Picasso go when he was 18? How many paintings did he make when he was 90? How old was Picasso when he died? And when you finish, move to writing exercise. Describe the life of an older person you know, someone you know. For example, my grandfather is 85. He lives with us. He likes gardening. He spends most of his time in reading newspapers. وهكذا. If you write something, leave it in a comment. I will correct it.